Hello everybody, welcome to another episode tutorial. If you guys remember this little short that I uploaded a few weeks ago, I'm not too happy with the color palette right now, so I'm gonna use a nice light gray that I just mixed. I'm just gonna cover things that I don't like, okay? So, I'd rather to have a little bit of gray over here. Just gonna spray a little bit of water. Okay, hope everybody have a great weekend. I am just trying to make the painting a little bit softer, if that makes any sense. Okay. I'm using a very small square short brush because I want to see a little bit of like the strokes mark. So you can see I have already some ideas where I want my flowers to be, so I want to leave that there for sure, and I just really want to make it a little bit smaller. That's perfect right there. Okay, and then you're just gonna come here again, just going a little bit of like that blue because it's a little bit too powerful. I want it to be a little bit gray. So I'm using a little bit of my umber, white, and blue to create this amazing gray. Okay, so let's come here as well. I just want to make sure that I just cover all of my edges because I think I want to finish this painting today, which means I want everything to be nice and cool and pretty. All right, so I'm going to use a little bit more white here. I think this area here is a little bit too dark for me, too much blue. All right, and then I'm going to do the same in the center, but I'm going to light the gray a little bit lighter, so a little bit more white in it. And it's just gonna come this way, and I'm gonna make my roses a little bit smaller. So I have one here, and then I'm gonna have one more here. Okay, and then I'm gonna just cover up the rest. All right, so I'm gonna keep doing that, because then I'm gonna come with. Okay, so I might just have this small one here. But again, I'm gonna come and just make sure that I know where I want to position my roses. Okay, it's all about creating a nice background first. So I think I'm gonna use a little bit of my yellow, just to soften a little bit more my gray. Just a tiny bit, there you go, okay. And I'm just going to come this way, and then I'm going to remove a little bit of this blue that I use. And my roses are going to still be here because I like this big one right here. I think I'm going to cover this one. It's a little bit more of white on this side. Okay, I already know I want one here, the other one in here, and this other one here, a few over here. So I'm going to get a little bit of my umbers just to have an idea where, just to have a little bit of a sketch. Okay, that's pretty good right there. A little bit more of the umber. Okay, so just simple crazy circles, because right now everything doesn't make sense, but it will. Just keep up with me. All right, so I'm just gonna make sure that I cover those edges over there. I'm gonna spray my palette with a little bit of water so it doesn't dry too much on me. Okay, and I'm just gonna keep working on the edges over here because remember, they are important for your finished piece. All right, that's done, and then I'm gonna cover this mask over here. So literally, I'm starting all over again. But I think I'm gonna still keep some colors in the background, because why not? Okay, I might just have a little bit of another rose here, another one here. Okay, that's pretty good. Just having that sketch out there. Perfect. And we come with a few lines. All right, so that is good. This green, I'm gonna darken it definitely more. So I just gonna start creating my rose somehow. Okay. My roses are pretty abstract. There is not a right or wrong, because I really don't think about anything else. So they are all looking different positions. Like some of them are looking down, for example, like this. Okay, this one probably like over here all the way down. This one looking up here. So right now I'm just sketching my roses. Okay, it's just using some colors, and then I'm gonna use a lot of I just want everything to be nice and gray before I decide to add anything else to it. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna add one more here. One more rose down here, and maybe just make this one a little bit bigger, just because. Why not? Right, you guys know that I haven't used my magentas yet, because I'm trying to figure out how I want my roses to look before I do anything else. I want them to have some kind of like a body. Okay, so I think I'm gonna put this one looking this way, and then really, it's all about making circles, to be honest. It's pretty simple. It's a technique that I developed during the years watching other amazing artists. It's not my own technique, but I put most of my technique into it, and it's totally mine, completely mine now. So you can, I think I'm gonna add a little bit more small one here, and maybe one more here. So I might just get this here. Okay. Just that way I know where I want to put them. Okay, that's looking pretty good so far. I might do another one down here, because I don't want them looking just like in one spot. So I'm gonna get another brush. This one doesn't have any color in it, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spray gentle my painting, and I'm gonna blend a little bit of the work that I have been doing. And it's all about doing circles, 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 circles. Just trying to find where you want your roses to be. Okay, just to blend them a little bit with the rest of the painting, right? Because I want them to be nice and blend, not too sharp. We do the same over here. Okay. Maybe I went too crazy on this one. Alright, so that's pretty good here. Just for me to know that this is where I'm going to be focusing. All right, so it's time for me to switch my brushes, and I'm gonna get just two other regular square, not a big deal. And I'm gonna start using colors. So I'm gonna use a little bit of my beautiful magenta. I'm gonna use a little bit of my orange as well, just to light things up. Okay. And then I, of course, gonna make a beautiful, beautiful green for my petals, my abstract petals. Okay, so I got that there. I'm gonna use a little bit of red as well on my palette. That is awesome. I'm gonna have a little bit of my rose paint because I like to mix it with other colors. So I'm gonna show you what my palette looks like in just a second. So I have these colors over here on my palette. So I have green, I have magenta, I have red, I have orange, I have rose, yellow. So I just gotta mix and do my own thing because that's how things work. I definitely need more white on my palette because I'm gonna make things like, okay, so I'm gonna start making the inside of my roses right now. I must switch to a smaller brush actually. Okay, so I have this one over here. I think this one is better. I'm just gonna mix a little bit of my magenta with a little bit of like white, a little bit of yellow just to warm it up a little bit more of white. And then I'm just gonna come and I'm gonna start just creating my roses. Right, so this one here doesn't have any purpose yet, but I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna make it happen somehow. Yeah, maybe I'm just gonna use a little bit of this one here and same as that one. So I'm gonna clean my excess of paint with my paper towel because it gets pretty intense. I'm gonna get a little bit of my orange. I'm just gonna work on my roses bold. And again, we are working on when on wet, so primary style, which means things can blend pretty easy, but you have to be very careful because things can go south very quick. Okay, so I'm gonna have a little bit of my magenta, a little bit of my yellow just to warm up those colors. And then I'm gonna come over here. Okay, and I'm just gonna form my rose right here. Okay, I'm gonna do the same here. And everything is pretty wet, so I wish I can dry very quick, but probably I might have to stop and let it dry. But for now, I'm just gonna play around with my wet technique and just, you know, let things develop on its own. So I'm gonna get a little bit more of my magenta here. I'm gonna make a dark one right over here below. Okay, I said that this one I want it to be nice and big, which I'm okay with it. Okay, I'm gonna get a little bit of my white and I'm just going to play around it, just develop and playing with the brush marks and strokes and things like that. All right, so I think I want this one to look this way. I want a little bit darker here. Same over here, she's looking this way, right? All right, so that's looking pretty good. I'm gonna work on this one as well. And again, this is just the first layer. We will be working on more and more layers to come, but right now I just wanted to try and finish this painting because I am very excited to see the outcome. And again, while I'm working on some interesting strokes and stuff, I'm actually trying to think, where do I want my greenery to be at? Should I want it to be like, you know, think about it, where you want to put your green, so that way you have a better idea. Just very soft, okay? So I'll come with my hand and just soften the edges because I want it to be nice and soft. Just a simulation of a pretty rose right here in the back. Okay, it's just a flower. It's not a big deal. And the same here. I think I'm gonna use a little bit of my white. I'm gonna start just highlighting right now, even though I'm not totally done with them, but I'm just want things to get a little bit lighter. Okay, that looks good, especially up here. That's perfect. I'm just gonna highlight this one here. Same over here. Like, I'm loving how all of my rosers has like that a special touch to it, which is nice. Okay. I hope you enjoying my videos. Honestly, I have been having crazy, amazing, beautiful feedback from you guys, and I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. It really means a lot to me that you guys are watching my videos. Makes me feel complete. I'm gonna get a little bit more of, so how you can see, I am working on the petals, but I'm not closing them completely. So I'm just doing some mark and then not closing them completely. So just creating, you know, some kind of like abstract style. But anybody who knows a rose will know that what I'm trying to convey is that, right? All right, so that's very pretty. Now I'm just going to close this one a little bit, and then we can this way. That's very pretty. I'm going to work on this one. I haven't forgot about you, honey. All right, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump to my greenery right now, because for my vision, I need to make sure that I'm going on the right path with my roses position, right? I know to be there as well. That's looking pretty good. Okay. Then I'm going to close this one a little bit more. I'm going to come from up here. Yeah. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to stop here. I'm going to move to my greenery. It's just letting the roses step for a little bit, so that way I can move forward to do more layers on top of it. But I just need it to dry a tiny bit more. Okay, but in the meantime, I'm going to work on the greenery. I need to make sure that I know where my rose position is here. I'm loving it. You can see everything's starting to blend, so all right, so now I'm going to switch my brush and I'm going to get another small one. And I want to create a nice dark green. I'm going to get some of my yellow, and my blue. And I want to create something nice and dark. And again, you want to be using the same colors that is in here for the rest of your painting. So everything is going to have a nice harmony, okay? So I want to make it a little bit darker. A little bit more dark than this. All right, so it's kind of like, it's a pretty green. So it's something like that. So I'm just gonna try it in here. And I'm loving it. It's very pretty. So I'm gonna remove all the excess of my brush and I'm gonna start doing my my beautiful oh my god, where's the word? I'm trying to add my greenery, my shadows and darkness, right? And I'm not holding the brush too stiff, right? So I'm just creating just a little bit of that shadow with my green. I kind of like that all the green's still there, kind of peeking through down here. So right now I don't mind, but probably later I might mind, so I'm not sure. So I'm just gonna use my brush here. So it's more like a bluish green, which I'm okay with it. Might make it a little bit darker. I'm gonna add a little bit more yellow to just have a different tone of green. So right now I just have it a little bit lighter. It doesn't seem, but it is. And it's just gonna have this coming over here. Just creating something cool, that's all. Just moving my brush around, because eventually I might, right, because we have this in here, we can come and just blend my roses just with my finger. I want to bring those beautiful green here with whatever is wet, so it doesn't look too sharp. So my roses are already drying, which means I'm gonna work a little bit faster. But that is that for now. I am going to just watch out a little bit of this green over here. And then I'm gonna switch my brush and I'm gonna go back to my roses. All right, so now I'm gonna come a little bit of yellow, a little bit of, I'm just gonna soft things a little bit more on the roses over here. Okay. And for example, over here. It's just, I want to create like a nice soft look, right? Not too crazy. Okay, I'm gonna use these two colors here, and I'm gonna dark this here. Perfect. Just gonna add a little bit of this right here, and same in here. So you can see my green is mixing perfectly right here. I love that. All right, so it's looking fabulous. I think it's very pretty and soft. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my brush again for my large over here, and I'm going to come with only my white, mixing a little bit with my beautiful rose pink here. And I just gonna come and, you know, soft things in here. Just soften it, because you know there's a little bit too much of gray and it just doesn't feel right to me. Okay, so I'm gonna work down here now because I want this to be cleaner. I don't want that mark of green showing off like that. Okay, just cleaning around areas that you might think that doesn't go well with your painting, and just clean it up with some white. Okay, I think the painting is looking fabulous. Leave the comments and let me know if you like what you see, what happened today. If you think I should work more on my painting or I should leave it. I think I'm gonna leave it because it's very different and pretty, and that's what I love about it. Okay, just gonna try and blend a little bit of this green here. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna finish my edge on this side here with my white, nice and clean. What I love about my roses is like they are different from anything else that I haven't seen because it's unique. It's something that I came up with and I don't have to complete it. I feel happy with the sharp edge and the softness and all at once together. I think it's very, very cool. So now, because I am awesome, I'm gonna do some highlight with my white as well for the roses because I think that just make everything looks much better. So I'm not pressing too hard, just doing a little bit of highlight with the white, just very, very simple. But at the same time, I want to make sure that I highlight what I want. And I find that doing this just give the roses that final look that I want, if you know what I'm saying. That these are roses just because I am making you see that I want you to see roses, which is awesome. All right, so I'm just going to close a little bit of this one here. All right, so then I love this one here very much. I'm going to do a little bit of this one as well. All right, perfect. And I'm just going to close this one here a little bit more. Okay, and let's just add a little bit of my beautiful magenta here. Just gonna add it at those points that I want my roses to be dark at. Same here, because they're looking at different points. They're all looking at different points. And I love that very much. All right, so I think this is what I want so far from my painting, and thank you a lot so much for watching. I think is very simple but still fabulous. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on my next tutorial.